close, I'm that shine of the light. I can make an earthquake nervous. I can make the sun wear a visor. I can make a wise owl see me as a daily advisor. I'm that cool shade, peaceful night, and still my breath is a storm. I bet I can make the thunder clap when I perform. It's just that in the laws of nature, I'm breaking the rules. Only thing I'm bad at is being a loser. Hey, I can make time travel a surprise. Make graveyards feel alive. Break the immortal down to his demise. I make the moon blue. I'm making pigs fly. Now I move mountains. I would have beaten the heart of a crash test dummy. I'm more so astounded. Yeah. Look up and beam to the stars so you can turn off the lights.
It's week 16 of the 2023 season, and we'll see Christian Watson. He comes in second in the NFL in touchdown reception.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in week 16. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. Ready. Throwing on first down. Newell. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. For Sutton, the receiving numbers from last week's game. 6 catches, 73 yards.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. Looking to throw. Newell. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he will have the Broncos first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Back to throw. Newell. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. And 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw again. His throw incomplete. This defense for the Packers, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
The Broncos send out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance, if they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, that puts them in that position.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers out to his left. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A first down there on a pickup of 25. On play action. Now Rodgers. That one caught downfield by Watson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one goes for 30 yards. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. The numbers on the ground for Jones last week. The hat trick +1. 4 trips to the end zone with his legs.
And, partner, you know how all the guys do when they do that little symbol now about eating, right? Keep feeding me, feeding me. They just kept feeding him, and next thing you know, he kept getting in the end zone.
Rodgers' throw complete here on target to Tunyon. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 22-yard line. Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. Brought down at the 20. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly. Touchdown! Christian Watson with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Packers go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Crosby connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was all capped off by a touchdown catch from Christian Watson. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a third down coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on third down. Newell looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew's got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Rodgers to throw. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Jones will score. Touchdown, Packers. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 42 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. Off the play fake. Newell. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Quay Walker came through to make the sack.
Well, if the goal is to get back into this game, the offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
Work of the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. A pass there complete to Sutton. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Open man is Jacoby Myers. He's got it. And he will have a Broncos first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's taken in by Dulcich. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Back to throw again. Same connection. Dulcich once again. Touchdown, Broncos. Greg Dulcich, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have got it back to within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. A 10-play drive that time. And a Greg Dulcich touchdown reception finished that drive off. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Keyshawn Nixon now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw brought in by Watson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll try the right side with Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Packers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And it's now 21-7. So that drive of 4 plays. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. Taking it about the 1. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Packers pick it up. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers and quickly.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And it's a Packers touchdown. Romeo Doubs from 19 yards away. And the Packers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Crosby with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Throwing to start the drive. Newell. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Rodgers. Eyes the crossing route and hits Watson. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Rodgers going to throw. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there, as that's batted down and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that.
And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones with career touchdown number 109. That ties him with Barry Sanders on the all-time NFL list. And the Packers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached half. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now come the Packers for their next drive as we take a look at the playoff race in the NFC coming into the weekend. As we count down through the final few weeks of the season, these guys have nothing to sweat about. They've clinched the top spots of the road to the Super Bowl. It runs through them.
And there's a natural inclination here, partner, to say, okay, a lot of guys aren't going to play down the stretch. We've clinched. We're ready to go. But there's another part where you say, let's show the league why we're the number 1 team. Maybe you intimidate someone. Maybe you dissuade them from thinking that they can beat you in the playoffs by going out and being really impressive down the stretch.
Absolutely, and you want to take momentum into the playoffs. There's also pride on the line for these guys individually. Yeah, momentum and pride. Yeah, I'd make room for them and put them both in uniform. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. He hits Doubs on the crosser. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 31-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Rodgers' throw is taken in by Jones. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Rodgers with this one into the hands of Watson. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 17-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's a give to Jones running left. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 65 yards rushing for him now in this one as he is closing in on 1,800 yards for the year.
Another good carry there for the NFL's second leading rusher, and we've talked on air, off air about his MVP candidacy. Make a case for him.
Well, I'm just going to tell you point blank, it doesn't matter whether he's first or second or even third.
And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. On 2nd and goal, Rodgers. Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Josie Jewell. And the Broncos are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
Yellow, black walk, yellow, line.
Singletary to get the drive started. Showed a good move, but quickly corralled just beyond the 10-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Check pink, check white, left red, opposite, green.
They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Looking to throw. Newell. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. But these Packers and these Packer fans really thrive in the cold temperatures here in Lambeau. And their guys have the lead here with a 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Now Rodgers. He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. We're off to the 4th quarter here on Christmas Eve. Back now at Lambeau.
Ready, set.
And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. 3 yards remain for second down.
Blue, check. Check pink. Check white. Switch red. Opposite. Green. Switch yellow.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. This offense on third down today, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Well, they were looking to pick up the first down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Nixon now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Christian Watson and the rest of this offense back out now. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
90 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. On play action, Rodgers. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
On second down, it's Jones. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. The end result, 21 yards. Rodgers now to throw. Touchdown, Packers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the fourth. Crosby with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Back to throw. Newell. And that's going to be caught by Sutton. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Here we go.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 29-yard line. They'll look to throw again. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here.
Options galore here, second and a few inches.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And he'll get this underneath to Singletary. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
So a nice touchdown pass for the rookie there. And, you know, as they go down the stretch, look, they're not a playoff team. This is just confidence building and growth time for him, right?
Yeah, it's a game within the game, isn't it? Because every team wants to win all games on their schedule. But the development of this rookie quarterback is paramount for this team. So you're exactly right. Every rep, doesn't matter what the game, what the situation, what the score, valuable for him, valuable for his team as they look towards next year.
So a sensational return there on special teams, a foot race that he was not going to lose. Now, meanwhile, while that was going on, we've got an injured player on the field.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Rodgers throwing here.
Completed out left to Dobbs.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Rodgers again now. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on the way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Crosby connects on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
Taken at the goal line.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. And Denver getting set to take the field.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because They're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys already start to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out?
It's that hate, boy. Yeah, my day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. It's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. Tell them line it up. Like a 4th and 1, we sneaky when we slide up. Y'all on offense with no defense, now y'all time is up. We make the hits, y'all take the hits, and now we fired up. 3, 2, 1, don't need no break. Hut 1, hut 2, give it straight, that's how I like it. And we grind it every night to make it hit, now it's exciting. See, they just getting cake, they ain't never gonna get no ice. And all we want is chips, ring fingers looking ice. My day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it, but it ain't just me.